You know, we've been bringing you stories about people defending your freedom, and there are people here in the Carolinas who can be called to duty at any time.
And Bill, they include a group of F-16 pilots with the South Carolina Air National Guard. Now, the squadron allowed me to go along on a training flight yesterday, and in this special report, you'll see how difficult it is to do what they do. The F-16, among military planes, is known as the workhorse because it's capable of so many things. Colonel Tim Rush has been flying them for 18 years.
It can do the air-to-air mission, engage other enemy aircraft in the air. It has the ability to drop bombs on specific targets.
Since September 11th, F-16s have been patrolling the air in cities all over the U.S. Others are enforcing no-fly zones in Iraq. But it takes a lot more to fly this aircraft than most people realize, as I learned firsthand.
These connect to the parachute. Oh, okay. So these are very important.
I was allowed in with the Swamp Foxes, a fighter squadron from South Carolina's Air National Guard. Because of the G-forces in an F-16, there's a special flight suit, a G-suit, a special helmet. Everything has a potentially life-saving purpose, so you have to know how to use it.
Push down and break away like that.
I had to learn how to eject, a complicated process that must be followed to a T.
Ejection control armed is down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flight prep completed. Colonel Rush and I are ready.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh my.
Walking toward the plane, nervousness sets in. Colonel Rush has told me that we'll hit 9 Gs.
9 Gs means that, you know, if you weigh 100 pounds, it's going to feel like you got 900 pounds on top of you.
And I'm about to experience it.
All right. Good luck. You'll be good.
The engine starts. The canopy comes down. We're ready for takeoff. The camera can't convey how fast this feels. Here, we're already going 400 miles an hour and pulling over 5 Gs. And a few seconds later, we go straight up and we're vertical. We're not allowed to videotape on board our flight, but in this Air Force video, you see what it's like inside the plane. 360-degree turns are relatively easy, at least for the plane, maybe not for the stomach. One of several cities on this flight training path is Charlotte. At 620 miles an hour, it takes just 8 minutes to get here from Columbia. After an hour of flying, we head back to base. Even at landing, an F-16 is still going 165 miles an hour. I can tell you it takes some effort to get back to normal.
Oh, 9 Gs.
9 Gs.
Yeah, we made 9 Gs
on at least 3 occasions.
But this was still no thrill ride. It's life and death for the pilots involved. Because flying and G-forces and 360-degree turns are one thing, but imagine all that while trying to fight a war over enemy territory.
To try to, you know, stay alive and not being shot down from either other airplanes in the local area or from surface-to-air missiles trying to shoot us from the ground.
Yeah, to do all of that and be effective.
It gives you an awesome respect for the men and women defending our freedom. Now, one F-16 costs about $30 million, and because they're so versatile, countries around the world are trying to get them. It's an incredible aircraft. Our thanks to the McIntyre Air National Guard Station and the Swamp Fox Squadron. They are truly amazing.
You talked about getting up to 9 Gs. How did that feel?
Well, it's very physically taxing, actually. We wear that G suit to keep the blood in our head so we don't go blind. I mean, it's very different and difficult and dangerous. I could hardly raise my arms. I felt very queasy, physically exhausting. I felt like I was bracing myself. You know, my head weighed about 200 pounds. It wasn't constant G-forces, but it was about 3 times on the 9 Gs, and then we several 5s and things like that. But a lot of respect for these pilots.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good story. We'll be right back.